mentions and #1 album. You came, you
2,000 years later.
When we grow up, we have a mind of our own. We want to do our own thing. And then I think there's a scene. I know there's a scene in the story where Auntie Niecy's talking to Auntie Twinkie about dating. She said, "Sex? Yep, you having sex? All right, you doing your thing." So I think it was just a matter of Auntie Niecy doing her thing and just wanting to just live her life, which a lot of us have those moments, especially at that age. And I think that either some of us come back to, the foundation or the lessons of our mother, or we just stay away from it and just continue to do our thing and live our way of life. So I think that was pretty much it. And then, of course, you see the challenges with the sisters, with just not agreeing with, I think as siblings too, we understand we don't always agree with every decision that we make. We'll probably even fuss at each other like, why would you do that? I think it was simply that. Of course, I didn't know much, but I do know that my family has reached out and they've had communication amongst themselves. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all I have, unless you ask me some other one.
Okay, I do. So, because these are questions that I have been looking at online, and I just want to be fair to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the question was the inconsistency of when the movie said that Niecy got at grandma's funeral and was acting out, and your mama and Niecy almost got into a fight. How, without being totally, divulging to people that just want to get in the family business, who business that's not Charles. Okay. They said their piece. We just want to clarify what had actually kind of sort of happened. Just elaborate a little bit.
In the film? I mean, the film in real life.
Consistency when they said, well, she didn't really just get up there because she was invited. It was on the program. So she didn't really bum rush the funeral. That's what people are saying online about it. So clarify it a little bit.
So of course we didn't show the full scene of the funeral, but I think that
it's not your business. It's not your business.
I do know that some of it is on like YouTube. So while some of it is on YouTube, that's why we were there like, hey, she didn't just come and bum. I think it was the disposition of Auntie Niecy that seemed like bum rush. Because yes, while we did invite you up there, right now you're giving a lot more than what is required, especially with us not having a consistent way of communication. So I think that's exactly what it is. But of course, it's a movie, so we couldn't really expound and show the entire service. But I think that was exactly what it is. Again, I was like 7 or 8 during that time of my grandmother's funeral. But that's how I would say it. The thing was more so from the sisters, why are you getting up here and give this kind of energy? We haven't heard from you. And when you have to contain yourself, it's like giving off energy. You're kind of embarrassing us because we're not on the same page right now. So I think that's exactly what it was.
Okay, so I'm glad you clarified that and mentioned that. Because after they were in the lawyer's office, and Niecy said she wasn't going to be a part of the group and she left, we didn't see her in the film. So that's pretty accurate. After that, you guys didn't see her. She wasn't a part, not of just the group, but she kind of distanced herself from the family after that.
Yeah, from what I know, and I'm in my 30s and I've not seen my Aunt Niecy. I tried reaching out to her myself and I've been declined. So, but I was young, so I wasn't there to understand or to even know what was going on. Again, how my mom said, some stuff I learned from just being a part of the movie.
But why do you think that is though? Why do you think if you reached out to her that she hasn't said anything back?
What's your feelings on that?
So to be honest, I did talk because my mother absolutely adores family. Like her thing is interceding for family restoration, bringing us together. She's always like, my mom would want us together. She doesn't want us together, that kind of thing. So I actually was trying to surprise my mom for one of her birthdays, and I wanted to surprise her with Aunt Niecy. But I did talk to her very briefly, but I didn't get a hold of her completely. Like she confirmed, but we never heard back from her after that. And that's my truth. So I don't know what else there is. But I do know that the sisters have reached out and it was a similar situation. But again, I can only speak from my experience with Auntie Niecy. And a lot of people have said for years, or my cousins, you remind me so much of Auntie Niecy because I'm so big in my personality. So I've always had a desire to even connect with her myself. But there's always just been connect. It's always been division or a separate thing. So I have seen for myself as a daughter and her niece that it's not just the sisters that we see in the forefront. It's actually a strain when it comes to the one we're trying to reach out to. So yeah. I don't know why, though. I'm thinking because of what they've gone through in their household, maybe the unsettled conversations that they didn't have with grandma. But again, I'm limited myself, you know?
Yeah, Trina, I think from a sister standpoint, I think that it's really hard when, you know, there's a breakdown of communication, you know what I mean? And then the breakdown of communication is broken down for so many years. And we get comfortable in our position in the breakdown of communication, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
So it's about accountability for all parties. You know what I mean? And you know, you never know. It could be something that happened between you. I mean, not you, but happened between her and your grandmother that your auntie fell into. You know what I mean? That she can't really wrap her head around, or that she doesn't want to face, or doesn't, you know, want to deal with. You know what I mean? But I'm just like your mom. You know, like I'm all for family and coming together and whatever it takes. When you come around me, I don't even know what you're talking about. I ain't got no animosity. I don't know what happened yesterday. Let's talk about now.
Yeah.
Life is short, and I just really, really, really am glad that you guys put that in the film, because it was important, another important gem that you guys laid on our hearts, because, you know, dealing with family issues and drama, you know what I mean? Every single family has business. Okay.
But you see that, because I've seen some people like question, like, you know, well, I still don't have answers. There are going to be some unanswered questions, obviously, because we're telling a story that was over a life cycle of 20 years, and we're all putting it all into 1 hour and some change. But again, like I was telling you offline with our personal time, they're not telling the entire story of our niece. They're still covering her as her sister. So I think that is even beautiful. But I think what we should get to, like how you and I were sharing and really saying family is important, even with some of the comments that some of my cousins may disagree with. It's like, I think we should really look at the end goal of it all. We share the same grandmother, and look what she's done. Let's celebrate that part. Like, this is us together. We share the same legacy. We share the same blood. Let's celebrate that part. But I know we like drama. We like juice. So people live off of that too.
We like a little tea, but you know, when it's your business, you know, you can get involved. When it's not your damn business, when it's not your dang business, you stay out of other people's family business and stop judging people on how they deal with their families, because that's not your business. How about you with your family first? How about that? So comments are very, very petty. They're like, what do you have to say about sisters and mending fences and?
Okay. If they ever ask about me, tell them I was more than just a great set of boobs. Nicole Reloaded.